initiated by Deepika in December 2021 to work together with Chef Loki on one dinner event that was held here at the hotel at the Flying Elephant. And it was certainly for us and especially the culinary team under Executive Chef Balaji, a great experience to cook, work, learn with somebody of Loki's caliber was something that our guys really enjoyed. And the event naturally was very successful. It was a sold out event. So after the event, Loki and I sat together and we said, how can we do this again? It was such a great experience. I know it was a good experience for you as well. And it certainly was a great experience for us. So we said, let's do this again. Back then, if you remember 2021, it was still a different time, I think, for all of us. Business was, for the hotel, was up and down depending on what news cycle there was about COVID. The hotel was also going through a complete renovation, including the Flying Elephant restaurant. So we said, when the time is right, I said, let's get you back. And the time has never been more right than it is today. And here we are with Chef Loki again. This time though, we wanted to make sure that we use him to his full ability. That means not just do one dinner with him. I mean, after all, he flew all the way in from Australia. So we decided on a series of experiential dinner events, brunches, toddy shops in the Flying Elephant to really see all the sides and facets of Indian, Australian food and showcase it to the Chennai audience in a way that we couldn't do before, that we couldn't do without Loki. And Loki, as you might have seen, has brought a lot of ingredients in that certainly I haven't heard about before. So he'll be using those ingredients in his dishes, but I'll let Loki talk to that for a moment.
First of all, good afternoon and thank you everyone who's present here. And I would like to start off, I ramble a lot. Thank you, Ms. Kurlu, for being here. Thank you so much for facilitating this and being the torchbearer. I would like to be impromptu. I don't have any notes. I'm a Chennai boy, grew up here. Tamil nalla pesuven. So Tamil edha kelvi kekkanona kandipa kelunga. But to understand better, I'm going to be speaking in English. So I'm Chennai boy. I have grew. My curiosity always was in food. Food was my first emotion. So I always I used to be a naughty boy growing up and find every way to taste different food in Chennai. My father was in railways and I got the opportunity to taste different foods on the train journey. So I used to wait for every station to find out what food will be, what I will be tasting. So when I went to Australia, I learned new techniques, new ingredients, indigenous ingredients, which blew my mind. But they have flavors that is, evokes emotion and it's very nostalgic. So I decided to use the food that I've been eating in Chennai and other parts of India with Australian ingredients. So from the last, the dinner on Kanyakumari Express last year when we did through Deepika and Sasha, it gave me an immense joy to work with the team here and bring my expression of creativity and teach them. Besides that, I have learned a lot from them too. And I took back and did many things with that, wonderful things. So Sasha, thank you so much for having me here again. It is lovely to be here, back with the team, back with Chef Balaji is phenomenal. And he is like one-man show, doing everything. He doesn't know how to say no. He takes everything, yes, yes, yes. I said, do you not even understand what is the complexity? Yeah, we can do it. And he delivers it. And that tells me how this team under Sasha is all knit closely together. He's brought people together. That's what I am valuing here. So Loki is about food, but not also food, it's community, because we bring communities and people together through food. Food has no language, and that's what I wanted to showcase today. And in these events, thanks for squeezing all of my energy out, keeping back to back, because my creativity is flowing. Thank you so much, Sasha, making the most of me. And there are different types of events. One is dinners on trains in journeys, basically different express, where I enjoyed different parts of India in a different format. Now it's a degustation where it's a story of my childhood, my memories, taking you through a journey of what can be an Australian twist. That's what these products are. Some native ingredients from Australia, Kakadu plum, Davidson plum. There's many other ingredients that the chefs never heard of, and they were like blown away when they tasted the food. So I'm using those ingredients and taking in this journey. And the other one is all playful. Toddy Shop is nothing but when I first had my beer, first experience of my beer. We went to this gully, very dodgy area, the food experience there was much better than the alcohol, to be honest with you. So that's what I'm bringing here, to give that experience with story and with the very familiar flavors, but very unfamiliar ingredients. That's what you're going to get. That's what I'm bringing. So to mention all this, to round up all this, I don't want to talk too much because I'm a talkative person, and you have to say, stop it, Loki, this is kidding. I would like to say thank Park Hyatt, because Sasha's vision, what he has, how he brings the team together as a family, that's what the vision is, resonates with my vision, and that's what I wanted to do between the two countries as through relationship through food. I wanted to bring people from Australia to here to exchange their knowledge and take knowledge from here. Likewise, same from here to there. Nothing better than being in Park Hyatt with the team here, and hopefully in the future, Sasha, I would love to take your team to Australia and expose them to the most beautiful multicultural place where they can learn a lot. Likewise, as you offered your place for people from Australia, thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
And if I may just hand it over to Ms. Curlew, this partnership comes, as some of you might know, at an exciting time for India-Australia relationships. And I'm glad that Ms. Curlew is here today to speak a little bit about this and can educate maybe some of us on this as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanakkam, everybody. Thank you very much for having me here. I am Sarah Curlew. I'm the Australian Consul General for South India. Loki's kind enough to have been speaking in English because my Tamil is pretty limited, but I do know one important phrase, which is Ninga Saptingla. And I think perhaps one of the most important phrases in Tamil. It's been a really fabulous few weeks in Australia-India relations here in Chennai. We had the Australian cricket team playing in Chennai. We were celebrating our friendship through cricket for the final of the one-day matches. Then last week, actually, we launched an exhibition of Australian First Nations art, our Indigenous people's art. Their textile exhibition is on show this week at Kingsley, and some of the wonderful ingredients that Loki is using are actually foods that our First Nations people have been eating for tens of thousands of years. So it's wonderful that that synergy is there as we come into celebrating our friendship through food with Loki's residence here at the Park Hyatt. And I do hope that you all have a chance perhaps to kind of visit the textile exhibition, come and have an Australian-inspired meal, and then maybe even think about taking a trip to Australia. In his introduction, Sasha talked about our free trade agreement. So Australia and India signed a free trade agreement last year. It entered into force in December last year, and it should have a big impact on making those Australian ingredients more available here. Our friendship through food, it's an exchange of techniques, it's an exchange of flavors, and having those high-quality Australian products available is a wonderful thing, I think, here, and we're really pleased to be celebrating it. Tariffs, a tax the government puts on food that comes in, they've been eliminated on some premium Australian products like lamb. I don't know if it's being used in the biryani, on lobsters, And they've also been reduced on some other products, like some of our fresh fruit that grows counter-cyclical to when Indian fruit is grown, to our macadamia nuts, which are our native nut, cashews, almonds. I think almonds are actually our largest agri-food commodity export here to India. And then perhaps the best part, wine. So in 2020, Australian wines held about a 40% market share of imported wines in India, and the tariffs on those premium wines will actually be coming down under the free trade agreement. So hopefully you can all enjoy a glass of Australian wine also with your meal. So, I don't know how interested all of you are in the exact tariff schedules. My office would be very happy to share those if you're looking to import any Australian ingredients, but really probably
started it all in December of 21, and we're grateful to have introduced us to Loki, and because that's how this partnership continues to grow. So thank you very much for your initial introduction. Thank you. You can use this.
Thank you, Sasha. Yes, we've had a long, I would say, introduction, but we had our ups and downs in 2021 when we tried to get the whole event started, and I'm so glad it worked out, leading to this residentship as well. To tell more about Loki's style of food, it's something that any Indian or South Indian, when you look at the plate of food, you're like, yeah, I know this. But then you eat it and it's a completely different play of textures and flavors in your mouth. You'll actually start thinking back on childhood memories and say, maybe I remembered it wrong. Maybe it wasn't as good as it is today in my mouth. So that's the kind of flavors that Loki brings to the table. And I really wish that all of you have a chance to see all the cuisines he's bringing in, not just the toddy shop or any other train journeys. Preferably try and book for all days, because each day he brings a completely different story to the table. And yes, the story I think that goes with the food is more important, because it ties the entire menu together, and it will leave you wanting for more. Fairly warned.
Right now. So what we are doing is a warm chocolate drink, and you have to bite off the ends of this biscuit and use it as a straw. Once the liquid hits to your mouth, you got to put the biscuit inside, it melts off. That is an experience. I can't explain to you why I'm saying that. You should experience the way when you eat it. Okay? Are you ready for the Tim Tam Slam? All right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Sounds like I need a new shirt after that.
Yeah. I would recommend standing.
Yes. Yeah,
so
okay.
You can lean over while you do it.
Please, you can give that.
All right, I will let you.
You go first, Loki.
All right, here we go. I'm going to bite off this biscuit on the tops. However, you want, don't eat the whole biscuit up. Yeah. Now, I'm going to use this as a straw. And then Ryder is my son. He is my memory. Yeah, he's my.
So he is the one who is my memory bank. So everything I forget, because the moment you tell me, that's why when you say your name, I try to record it, because I'll go, oh, what's her name? What's his name? I always forget. So he's my reminder, hey Loki, do this way. Hey, you forgot that. So I wanted to talk about the fellowship. Last year, for past 3 years, with my personal funds, I tried whatever I spoke today about the interrelationship between the two countries. I started my own funds after the MasterChef. I started backing up young chefs, food entrepreneurs, food bloggers, whoever has a thought behind from idea stage to reality. So I will give you an example. The first year, the MasterChef, the fellowship winner, Abhinash Nayak from Orissa. He's from IT and he enjoyed cooking food. So I gave him the expression to express himself, permission to express himself. And then he went and won MasterChef. So he was the first recipient for the fellowship back in the day, 3 years before. And then there was a lady, Preet, and then in Australia, 2 of the chefs got the recipient. So next year, we are planning to, through the help of government funds, if we would like to, collaborate with Park Hyatt to bring in the Australia-India relationship through this fellowship and make it bigger. So I wanted to inform you all that about the fellowship, Loki Fellowship. Follow it, understand it, join us, know more about it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Indy, for reminding me once again. Thank you. Now, this is not yet done. Sorry, Ms. Kaldu. I've got 3 dishes in the back.
Okay.
I heard that you are allergic to garlic, so I don't have garlic there. I made sure. One is made out of Indian produce. One is made with Australian produce. One is made with Indian Australian produce.
Oh.
Now it's a blindfolded. You can eat it, you can't open it and see it.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick few people here. Who wants to join for the taster? Raise your hands, please, please, please. And you too as well. Join us for the taster. And you have to recognize which is Indian produce, Australian produce, and Indian Australian produce. Are you ready for the challenge? Okay. Deepika, you too. And Sasha, you too.
I know you'll have some interaction with Chef Loki afterwards. If there's any questions you might have now.
I'll be back.
Okay, so we do the tasting first. Please.
I'm sorry. I thought you were saying you're going to come.
Same order.
Yeah, same order. First one, everybody have it and finish it up, gobble it, enjoy it.
Can I have one plate?
If you're hungry, you can eat everything. If you're not hungry, you can eat a bite.
You already know. Okay.
All vegetarian. By the way, this is all vegetarian.
All vegetarian, if anybody would like.
And everybody's a winner. This is, okay, I wanted to tell you what's inside. Ms. Kalu, what did you taste?
The Australian one is definitely Vegemite.
That's a very, unique taste, flavor. First time I rejected it. Then, trust me, the next 10 days I was only eating that because you get addicted. The first time you don't understand because it's a new flavor, but it's one of the most very unique flavor, very tasty.
Very salty.
Salty. Yes.
And a lot of umami in it.
You're going to get some of them. Everybody's going to taste what it is. And the second one is our Indian aloo potato, our homegrown. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். எல்லாரும் வந்ததுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. என் தமிழ் அவ்வளோ நல்லா இருக்காது, பட் லோக்கல் தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன். இந்த ஈவெண்ட் வந்து பார்க் ஹயத்தில் ரெசிடென்சி பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன் 2 வாரத்துக்கு. நான் சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து என்னென்ன சாப்பிட்டு வளர்ந்தனோ, அப்புறம் ஆஸ்திரேலியா போயிட்டு என்னென்ன கற்றுக்கணுனோ, ரெண்டுத்தையும் சேர்த்து ஒரு புது விதமாக கொண்டு வர போகிறேன். அந்த அந்த வகையில் என்னோடய ஸ்டோரி கூட சின்ன வயசில் வந்து என்னென்ன திருட்டுத்தனம் பண்ணியிருக்கேனோ சாப்பாடுக்கு அதெல்லாம் அந்த ஸ்டோரியில் அந்த பிளேட்டில் வரும். ஸோ நீங்கள் சாப்பிடும்போது என்னோடய ஸ்டோரியும் அப்புறம் அந்த ஃபுட்டு அப்புறம் ஆஸ்திரேலியாவோட இன்க்ரீடியன்ட்ஸ் அது வந்து வெறும் ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் கிடைக்கும். ஃபிங்கர் லைம், காக்கடு ப்ளம், டேவிட்சன் ப்ளம், இந்த மாதிரி ஏகப்பட்ட வந்து புஷ் ஃபுட் வந்து அங்கே தான் கிடைக்கும், எங்கேயுமே கிடைக்காது. அதை எடுத்து வந்து நம்ம ஊர் மட்டன் சுக்கால நெத்தலி வறுவல் இதில் வந்து நான் சின்ன வயசில் என்னென்ன சாப்பிட்ருக்கனோ ரோட் சைடில் அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு ஃபைன் டைனிங் ஸ்டைலில் எடுத்து வரேன். ஸோ இதுதான் இந்த பாக் ஹயத் கொடுத்த ஒரு ஃபவுண்டேஷனுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றி. ஐ எம் வெரி கிரேட்ஃபுல் ஃபார் தெம். அண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அவங்களுக்கு புரிஞ்சுது நான் என்ன பண்ணுறேன்னு. அவங்களும் அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்கே பண்ணுறாங்க எலிஃபெண்ட், இந்த ஃப்ளையிங் எலிஃபெண்ட்டில். ஸோ நான் இங்கே வந்து கரெக்டாக அந்த இவெண்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு கரெக்டாக இருந்தது, அதனால வந்தேன். ஸோ எனி கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நீங்கள் கேளுங்க, நான் அதுக்கு மேலே சொல்கிறேன்.
இல்லை சார், இப்போ இந்த ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் போயிட்டு நீங்கள் வந்து அங்கே கற்றுக்கிட்ட அந்த ஃபுட்டை பற்றி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறீங்க. இதனால் இந்தியாவில் என்ன யூஸ் ஆகும்?
ஸோ இப்போது இது நல்ல கேள்வி. இது ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் வந்து நான் போய் கற்றுக்கணும் போது ரெண்டு உலகத்துக்கு டூ நேஷன்ஸ்க்கு நடுவில் ட்ரேட் அக்ரிமெண்ட் ரீசெண்டாக நடந்தது. ஸோ நிறைய ப்ரொடியூஸ் வந்து ஆஸ்திரேலியாவிலேருந்து இங்கே கம்மி விலையில் இங்கே வரும். ஸோ வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ஸோ நிறைய ப்ராடியூஸ் வரப்போகுது. இப்போ நான் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி டிஷ்ஷஸ் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு நாலேஜாக இருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறமா இது மாதிரி ஒரு ஐட்டம் வரப்போகுது, இந்த மாதிரி ஐட்டம் இருக்குது, இந்த மாதிரி ஐட்டம் நான் சாப்பிட முடியும் கம்மி விலையில். நீங்கள் வந்து ஆஸ்திரேலியா போயிட்டு ஜாஸ்தி விலையில் வாங்க தேவையில்லை, இங்கேயே வரும். அதுதான் நம்ம ரெண்டு நாட்டு பிஎம் வந்து சைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க ட்ரேட் அக்ரிமெண்ட். இன்னும் நல்லா போயிட்டுருக்கோம். ஸோ அந்த ஹோப்பில் தான் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் பண்ண முடியும், எஜுகேட் பண்ண முடியும். அதனால் நான் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ நீங்கள் இந்த மாதிரி ஐட்டம்ஸ் எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ண முடியும் அது வந்து எஜுகேட் பண்ணும்போது நீங்களே யூஸ் பண்ணி என்ஜாய் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஸோ that's what I want to bring you.
இல்லை, இப்போ இந்திய உணவு நீங்கள் எப்போயாவது ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா?
என்னதுங்க?
இந்திய உணவு இந்தியாவில் செய்ய
சாப்பாடியா?
இந்த சாப்பாடை நீங்கள் ஆஸ்திரேலியாவில் இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணீங்களா?
நிறைய அது வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். எதுக்குன்னா நான் வந்து இந்த சென்னையில் வந்து பிறந்து வளர்ந்தேன். பட் அங்கே போய் பார்க்கும்போது பட்டர் சிக்கன் தான் தெரியும் அவங்களுக்கு ஜாஸ்தி. இது உலகத்தில் எங்கே போனீங்கன்னா பட்டர் சிக்கன் தான் தெரியும். ஆனால் நம்ம ஊர் மட்டன் சுக்கா அதை பற்றி எல்லாம் ஜாஸ்தி தெரியாது. வெரி காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் ஃப்ளேவர்ஸ். ஆனால் நான் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து தகுந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சாப்பாடு கொடுத்து ஐ இம்ப்ளிமெண்டட். அவங்களுக்கு வந்து எப்போடா ஸோ எவ்ரி டைம் வந்து நம்ம பழைய ஷெஃப் கேரியே இங்கே வருவார், மதுரைக்கு போவார். எதுக்குன்னா பன் பரோட்டா சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு. அவ்வளோ பிடிக்கும். அங்கே சாப்பிட்டு இங்கே வந்து உலகத்தில் எல்லா இடத்துக்கு போயிட்டு மதுரைக்கு போயிட்டு அது சாப்பிடுவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நான் பண்ணும்போது என்ஜாய் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நம்ம சென்னை ஃபுட் எப்படி இருக்கும், தமிழ்நாடு ஃபுட் எப்படி இருக்கும், கேரளா ஃபுட் எப்படி இருக்கும். ஸோ நான் அது பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ப்ளஸ் நான் ஒரு புது விதமாக ஆஸ்திரேலியன் ப்ரொடியூசர் இந்தியன் ஃபுட் கூட பண்ணியிருக்கேன். நல்லா வந்தது. ஸோ இட் வில் பி கிரேட்.